I work with anyone 15 and up, and I specialize in domestic violence. I got into the mental health field because of my brother. He grew up with Tourette syndrome, and his therapist was not good for him. And living out in the country, we didn't have many options. And so I made him a promise when I was 14 that I would be a good one. And so I spent all these years keeping that promise, I hope, to really help people feel validated and heard. Working with me is pretty collaborative. I am very person-centered, and I allow the client to really lead their treatment and what they need. My approach, I have a cognitive behavioral background, but I have always kind of sprinkled dialectical behavior therapy into my practice because those skills are so important as foundational elements to any type of counseling treatment. I practice them myself, and they're just great skills to kind of stand on when you're going through treatment. Therapy with me is very affirming. I really approach it like we are going on this adventure together. You don't stand alone. You don't take on these challenges alone. You always have support. So therapy with me is very supportive, very affirming, very authentic. I like DBT because it has such great foundational things to stand on, foundational skills. It really teaches you a lot about yourself, how you process emotions, what your emotions are, how you're responding to those emotions. It really helps you learn a lot about yourself, not just, do this homework assignment and do that. It's really diving into who you are and how you're functioning and finding those areas to shift around. So in counseling, we don't make a lot of promises because everyone's journey is different. So what I am pretty sure about through the counseling process is greater insight. Insight, again, into who you are. Building awareness as to how you are responding to the world around you, how you're responding to people in your life, how your relationships are. That is one thing I feel like I can make assurances for, is when you enter into dialectical behavior therapy, or any therapy for that matter, you're really on an adventure to come back to yourself and figure out who that is and who you want that person to be. Some of my lived experience is having a trauma background myself, kind of going through the rigmarole of finding a good therapist is kind of like dating, where you might not gel with that person. And so I have lived experience of kind of going through that rigmarole of that. I'm also a domestic violence survivor myself. And that's what really drew me to domestic violence, especially in more of a systemic way, recognizing that survivors need more support. Survivors need more skills. They need more people to talk to about all the feelings that they're feeling. We have things like reactive abuse, and a lot of people have trouble, sort of accepting and explaining that. So I've kind of made it my goal to fill in those gaps for people, either with survivors themselves or with relationships, even abuse that happened 20 years ago, trying to process what happened to me. I think we need that support.